Hello, I'm Jeff Brightwell on Overtime, and we're here with new men's soccer assistant Richard Mulrooney. And Coach, first of all, we're very happy to have you here. Welcome to Memphis.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here. I'm excited about the opportunity.
First of all, let's talk about your background, and let's go way back. Christian Brothers High School. You're a Memphis guy, so you're coming home to Memphis, and a neat dynamic. You look at both soccer programs at the University of Memphis. You got Johnny Walker and Brooks Monaghan on the women's side, so there's kind of that Christian Brothers connection. So I know you've got to be excited about returning to Memphis.
I am. Just for the side of having Brooks and Johnny here, it's just a comfort zone. I grew up, Brooks was a little older than I was, but I still trained with him. And Johnny, yeah, I played with him 2 years at CBHS. Actually, I went to a couple national team camps with him and followed his career in Chile. And while I'm friends with him, I'm looking to learn from him as well, because he's been at Memphis, I think, 5 years now. And he's spoken nothing but great things about the university, and obviously getting to know Coach Grant. I'm just excited about the opportunity, and being from here is just a plus. I've got that comfort zone outside the university now. It's just a matter of learning the buildings and the recruiting and all that, but the soccer's up here. It's just a matter of being able to get it out, and I think Coach Grant will be able to do that with me.
Talk about working with Richie, and talk about your decision on coming to the University of Memphis.
Yeah, I took a couple years off after I was done playing. In my mind, I had the greatest job in the world. I got to play for 12 years, and it was time to move on, and I got to spend 2 great years with my family. I've got 2 little boys at home that I'm going to look back and watch them grow up. It was really important to me. But at some point, I just started missing soccer, and it was a matter of, okay, do I want to try to get in the MLS again, college, or do I want to do club? And just looking back at my time when I was at Creighton, which was where I attended college, I loved it. I did 4 years, got my degree, went to a Final Four. We had team success, and I just truly enjoyed it. And I liked how the coaches, how I still talk to them today, but they helped mentor me to the person I am on and off the field. And that's what I want to do here. I want to help kids. If they want to go on the professional ranks, I'm going to do everything I can to teach them my knowledge of what I've got. And if they don't, that's fine too. I'm going to work with them hard on the field, but off the field I can give them my life experiences also. And that was sort of how I ended up choosing Memphis, because of the comfort zone from being here, as well as just how much it meant to me as a person when I was in college.
You sound pretty modest about your accomplishments at Creighton. Those are pretty impressive, what you did at Creighton, including, and you didn't mention, the Missouri Valley Conference Player of the Year. And the Missouri Valley Conference is a really good soccer conference in the NCAA. It
is. I was fortunate enough to get recruited there. I had a great coaching coach, Brett Simon. And then you're only as good as the players around you, and I was fortunate enough to play with a Player of the Year who's an assistant coach at Creighton now, 3 or 4 other guys that played in the MLS. So while I was maybe able to hold my own, it definitely helps having those types of teammates around, and quite frankly, that's what we're looking to build here at Memphis. And not only do I think we already have the parts, it's just a matter of proving it on the field, and that's what we're looking to do next fall.
I think a valuable thing about bringing you to the staff, and probably a lot of what Richie looked at, is you can relate to these players. The players can now relate to a coach. As far as working at every level. You had success at Christian Brothers. Obviously, we just talked about what you did at Creighton. You were a 12-year MLS veteran. Not just a veteran playing in it, you're a champion. You've been an All-Star. You've won 3 championships with that franchise that was in San Jose and then moved over to Houston. So you've had success at every level.
Yeah, I think when I talked to Coach Grant about this position, my philosophy to him was, I did the 4 years in college. Kids can do that. Kids are starting to leave early and go pros thinking they're going to miss their opportunity, and that might be the case some now and then, but I mean, I proved I was just a normal kid from Memphis that worked hard. I was able to get noticed by working hard, going to a great university, getting my degree, and at the end of it, I got drafted and made the best of it. So the kids that I've met in the locker room already, they're in the same boat. They really are. They're not. None of them were given golden spoons. None of them were recruited out of high school to go straight to the pros, and I wasn't either. So it's just a matter of helping getting them noticed, if that is their goal, in fact, to go to the MLS. And if it's not, that's okay too, because it's important to, as we always say, it's student first and then athlete, and I support either way they want to go.
Coach, you've had some experience coaching. You were a volunteer assistant at Stanford. You've also run a couple camps and I believe some club teams as well. So even though this may be your first full-time job, you've had a little experience in it.
I have. Like you said, I helped with club age, around 14, 15-year-old boys. Then I was fortunate enough that my college coach got the job out at Stanford when I was in San Jose, so I helped him for a couple years at the farm, as they say. So I've seen different levels of it, and I had numerous coaches at the college level as well at the national team level. So it's a matter of just being sort of a melting pot, taking it all in, and then things that I thought worked on me and on my team is what I'm going to try to incorporate in Richie's plan and at the University of Memphis.
I'm sure you researched this job pretty extensively before you decided to accept it with Richie. What do you see coming back next year? What's the potential of this soccer program?
I think the sky's the limit. Not knowing I had this job in the fall, I still follow the University of Memphis. I mean, I actually attended classes here to help graduate that transferred back to Creighton, so in a sense I did go here. But looking at the tapes last fall and talking to Coach Grant, I think there were, what, 8 overtime games? You flip a couple of those around, and that's the mentality we're going to work on, is not that we're hoping to tie games, we're looking to win those, and teams come here are just hoping to maybe get a point out of it. But throwing that aside, you flip a couple of those around, you get in the NCAA tournament, and as we know, whether it be for basketball or for whatever it is, soccer, you just go on a roll and you can get to the Final Four like that. The talent's here. I mean, you guys have talked about Mark. I've watched him, and he's got that elite level. You know, whenever you have a team that has a score like that, you have a chance to go. A couple goalkeepers on the team that Richie speaks highly of, a back line that's strong. You know, like I said, it's a mentality, believing that we can get there, knowing that Memphis should be up there with champions Indiana, Creighton's a Final Four, North Carolina's up there. We're on that same level. It's just a matter of going out there, believing it, and showing it. And saying it doesn't get it done. It's a matter of going out there and winning at these places and making the NCAA tournament and making a run.
Well, Coach, thanks a lot for your time, and welcome again to Memphis.
Thank you very much.
That is Richard Mulrooney. I'm Jeff Brightwell for Overtime.